straight ahead at 7:30. I'll see you then.
All right, Megan, thanks. Well, if you've recently purchased a home and the price was well above the property's assessment, you may be in for some more sticker shock.
As Money editor John Delano explains, some school districts and municipalities are using that new purchase price to try to raise your assessment and your taxes.
We were really confused at first. We'd never seen anything like it.
When Stephanie Zoe and her husband bought their house in Baldwin last year, they never expected the Baldwin-Whitehall School District to use their recent purchase price to hike the assessment of their home that had been set and frozen by Allegheny County in 2012 for all their neighbors.
We're upset. There's really no reason to have different assessments for every single house, especially when you've just moved in. It doesn't seem fair to single out and target specific property owners just because they've recently moved.
It's called the Newcomer tax. And Mike Suley, the former head of Allegheny County's Property Assessment Office and the Realtors Association of Metropolitan Pittsburgh, have led an ongoing campaign to stop it. Suley says property owners should fight it. On the first appeal, the assessment will not be the purchase price.
The common rule is now 81.1% of the sale price. In other words, if the house sells for $100,000, the new assessment will be $81,100.
Once you get the new assessment after the first appeal, Suley recommends filing a second appeal online within 30 days. It may take a year, but then
you sit down with the lawyers from the school districts, the solicitors, and you make a deal. And that's what the courts encourage you to do.
That should bring down your assessment a bit more. Still not fair compared to your neighbors, but better than doing nothing. There's something else that you can do. Elect school board members and municipal officials who oppose the Newcomer tax. For example, former Pittsburgh Mayor Peduto ordered an end to the Newcomer tax in the city, although the school board, which is independent, still continues the practice. John Delano, KDKA News.
And thank you for joining us tonight. We keep the streaming going on CBS News Pittsburgh on your connected TV or your mobile device.
Much more news, weather, and sports throughout the night, including the 7:30 news with Megan Schiller. In the meantime, have a great rest of your Thursday, everyone. Be safe.
Tonight, we have a number of big news stories to cover, including that dangerous winter storm that could make President's Day weekend travel a nightmare. Plus, our new reporting about what's happening in Ukraine as the U.S. warns of an imminent invasion. As American forces arrive in Eastern Europe, Russian-backed forces bomb a kindergarten in what Western leaders fear may be a pretext for war. Our CBS's Holly Williams is there in a broadcast exclusive.
And this is where children would normally have been playing.
But the Biden administration continues its quest for diplomacy at the United Nations. Massive winter storm. Hundreds of flights canceled as 100 million Americans face heavy snow, ice, rain, and flooding, plus strong winds from Oklahoma to Maine. And Trump must testify. The judge's stunning ruling tonight that means the former president and his children must be interviewed under oath. Teen mall fight, the outrage tonight as an officer tackles a black 8th grader. Sexual assaults at military academies nearly 5 years after our investigation. The news that the problem has gotten worse. Olympic doping scandal, the surprising ending. Russian teen skating star falls to 4th place after a dismal performance. And an 11-year-old boy's mullet won a national contest, but his story will win your heart.
This is the CBS Evening News with Nora O'Donnell, reporting from the nation's capital.